Welcome back to All Access Morning. I'm Anna Harris.
And I'm Riley Mannion. This past week, the High Point Panthers took on the Longwood Lancers in men's basketball that aired on ESPNU. Normally, HPU only gets one of these games broadcasted a year, so it was a big deal that this time it was hosted at the Quabain Arena. Did you get a chance to go to the game or the tailgate or anything like that?
The night of, I had other plans already, so I could not make it to the game that night, but I did drop off some friends at the tailgate. I saw you there, and it was packed. It looked so fun, though.
It was so much fun. I've never been when it was more crowded, and I expected last weekend to be more crowded than this week just because of like family weekend and everything.
Right, I agree.
But it was insane. But the energy was so good, and then at the actual game, they basically did fill the entire arena. It kind of like started to die down towards like the middle of the game and towards the end, people started to leave. But the energy of the game itself was so cool, and just hearing like all of the fans and seeing everything, like even though we did lose, it was still a really cool experience. And I thought it was really cool that we were able to be on ESPNU for the first time in the Quabain Arena.
I know, I think the same thing. And I heard that they gave out like free iPads.
Yeah, free iPads, AirPods, Apple Watch. I think that was their way to like get people to come.
Going. I know.
I didn't win any of them, but
I know.
It's okay.
I was like, maybe I missed out. Maybe I could have won something.
Yeah. I got a soft pretzel.
Oh,
so.
We're all a winner here.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing.
Well, with spring break right around the corner, HPU students are looking forward to getting their first break of the semester. Anna, do you have any fun spring break plans coming up?
I will be going home, but I will be going to Charleston for a few days. I think with my mom. Yes, I'm going to be apartment hunting. So it's a little nerve-wracking, but I'm excited to go. I don't remember. I think we're only there for like 2 or 3 days. And I'm looking, I know, at like 2 different places, maybe more. I don't know, but I love the city of Charleston, so I'm just excited to go somewhere for a few days.
Exciting. I think apartment searching is so fun. It's like a little bit stressful because you're doing it for yourself.
Yes.
But like touring the places and everything is so fun.
I know. It is fun, but I have never done it, so this time it's going to be a little stressful because it's going to be like, oh wait, this is like real.
Yeah. Are you looking for a 1-bedroom?
Yes. Unless I have a roommate. And that roommate situation is TBD.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know my answer on that.
That's okay. You still have some time.
Yes.
A few months.
Do you have any spring break plans?
I am also going home. Just, got to get rejuvenated after the first half of the semester. I'm excited to see my family. My friends are coming home from school too, so I'll be able to see them. But I'm not really going to be doing anything. I'll still be doing my internship while I'm home, so it's not going to be like the most extravagant spring break, but it'll still be exciting.
I know. I'm excited to like still spend a few days at home. I feel like it's time to recharge.
Yes, definitely.
Although we might not be traveling a lot this break, we have a couple spots we want to travel to in the future.
We are going to be ranking each of our top 3 dream vacation destinations. Anna, would you like to start us off?
Sure. So my top travel destination is Italy.
Okay.
Italy is like one of my, I say it's one of my favorite places. I've literally never been, but it is like the number one place.
The idea of it.
The idea of it. I think what inspired me was everything about the Lizzie McGuire movie,
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've been sold on it.
Yeah.
And I love Italian food. That's my favorite. And every time I see pictures of it, I'm like, that's where I want to go.
Which one is the town with, is Venice the one that's like underwater, where it's like you just take boats everywhere?
Yes.
I think
believe
that's so cool. Like all of the roads are boats or streams that you take boats on.
Yes.
I want to go there. That seems really cool. My first one, I wanted to go here forever. I've just seen pictures of it everywhere and it's so beautiful, is Greece. I think it's like low-key underrated as like a vacation destination. I know a lot of people do go there, but when you ask people like, oh, where do you want to go on vacation? There's like a list of a few places, which I'm sure both of us will include in our top 3. But Greece is somewhere that I feel like is so underrated and they have so much there. I'm like, this is like a little nerdy, but I'm so fascinated by like ancient Greece and like all of that. And so like seeing that, but also seeing like, I don't know, I just think it's a really cool place. And I want to go there so bad.
I know, like all the like, this is also kind of like nerdy to say, like the architecture in Greece and like all the like white buildings and like all that, I think it's like gorgeous. Like you look at pictures on like Pinterest and you're like, that is like the most like photogenic place, I feel like.
The picture that sold me was like the white building with the blue roofs.
Yep.
It's like right over the ocean.
Yes.
I'm like, wow,
yes.
That's so nice.
I know. So my next one, it's kind of random-ish. I feel like it's not like the main place that people travel to either, is Australia.
Oh,
so
yes,
one of my best friends from home spent a summer there. So her dad is from there. And she spent a summer there, like basically in school because their seasons are like different than ours. So she did like a semester in Australia, technically. And I remember like her coming back, and it was like so cool because she got to wear like she had to wear a uniform and wear like a hat, and like it was very like traditional.
Every day?
Every day.
Oh gosh.
I know. It was like it looked like a little safari uniform. Yeah. And she had the best time there, and I follow like different people on Instagram that are from Australia, like different dancers and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I just think it looks so cool.
It does. I love Australian accents, so
me too.
To be there and like hear that would be really cool. But also, kangaroos there are like deer here.
I know. They're like actually like she would send me pictures when she was in Australia, and it would be like a kangaroo would be like outside the window at school.
Yeah.
And I'm like
when we see them, like, oh my God, that's so cool, it's a kangaroo, but it's literally normal there.
I know.
I think that's so weird.
I know. I think that's so weird.
Well, speaking of weird, my next one, I think is such a weird place to want to go for like a dream vacation, but I don't know. I think it's really cool. It's Canada.
Okay. Why Canada?
I just think like I want to go, when I say Canada, I want to go to like everywhere in Canada. So I want to go to like Niagara Falls, and I want to go to Vancouver. A lot of like TV and movies are filmed in Vancouver.
Really?
That's like a very like hot spot for film.
Is like the weather super good, or like why would
I
they
don't
pick?
know. I know Netflix has a lot of their stuff in Vancouver.
I didn't know that.
And then there's like Quebec, which I think would be really cool. I don't know. I just think it has like a lot of different places that people don't really think about.
Right.
And I just think it would be a cool vacation. And it's not like too much of a culture shock from where we are.
No, I know.
So you don't have to adjust that much. Like obviously there's different like currency and like different ways of life, but I don't know. I just think it'd be really cool to experience.
Right. I have a housemate that is from Canada, and
that's cool.
she always like talks about it, and like she like was telling me about their currency like not that long ago, and it was just like interesting to hear about it. But I really like her, so I probably like a bunch of other Canadians too.
There you go.
So my last one is like very stereotypical, is Paris, France, land of love, or the city of love, or whatever.
I think it's
call
Philadelphia, but close enough.
Whatever, close enough. Anyway, I think Paris would just be like beautiful to see. I remember like, this is like the stupidest comparison, but like that area of Epcot in Disney World is like one of my favorite areas. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say the real Paris then.
Yeah, I want to go like to Paris because I saw this video of, it was an Airbnb that was like $70 a night. And it was right outside the Eiffel Tower. Like it was a glass wall.
Is that a scam?
It seems like it, but you literally could see the Eiffel Tower from the window, and I was like, wow, that's so cool. But also like places like that, or like you said, Italy. I want to go there to try like the authentic food.
Me too.
Like authentic Italian pasta. I want to try it so bad.
Like, because everything's completely like homemade and
But like the coffee in France, and
I know.
That just sounds so nice.
I know. I wonder, because like the French like portions are like much smaller than they are here, so I wonder like, would we be like, hello?
Yeah,
I know.
No, my last one is also very, very like stereotypical.
Okay.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yes. I know like everybody wants to go to Hawaii, but I haven't been, and I just think it's such a beautiful island, like the pictures that I've seen, and I feel like everyone has to go to Hawaii at least once in their life.
I went to Hawaii with my family on a cruise my senior year of high school. We went as my little spring break trip, and we went on a cruise to some of the different islands, and it was like probably my favorite vacation that I've been on. Like it was so gorgeous. Like the island of Kona, which is like I never really heard of before going, was like probably my favorite place out of all of them.
Island vacations are so nice.
And it was also so nice because like, it's not like we were committing to that one island because we would just get back on the boat and then like go somewhere else. So I liked, if you go to Hawaii, I recommend a cruise because I thought that one was, I mean, I don't know like affordability wise, but like I just felt like that was like the best experience.
Good. Noted.
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 Coming up, we'll hear more about the events going on around campus. We'll be right back after the break.
And we'll be playing a fun little game to get to know us a little better. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Oscar the Grouch here to tell you, yeah, you, to wear a mask out in public around other people. Sure, it'll keep you healthy, but more importantly, I won't have to see your happy, smiling face. And if you don't want to wear a mask, I've just got one thing to tell you. Scram! Go away!
Caring for each other because we are all in this together.
So wear a mask and have a rotten day, will ya?
Welcome back to All Access Morning. I'm Riley Mannion.
And I'm Anna Harris. Now it is time to take a look at what's going on our campus. First, on February 24th, we have Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs playing in the Wannick Cinema. Then on February 25th, we have a ping pong tournament in the arcade. The SGA UCAB was rescheduled to this Thursday, February 24th at 7:30. And lastly, we wish you a good luck on all your midterms, and don't forget to book your airport shuttle before the weekend.
Before we go, we're going to wrap up the first half of the semester by playing a little game of this or that.
The rules are very simple. We'll go back and forth listing two things, and Riley and I will have to choose which we prefer. I'll start things off. So, first one, early bird or night owl?
I want to be an early bird so bad, but I would say night owl.
I would probably say the same. I feel like on mornings like today, we got to force ourselves to be an early bird, but I agree that I am probably a night owl as well.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
All right, the next one, online shopping or in-person shopping?
I would have to say in-store.
Okay.
I will look at stuff online. I feel like I am less likely to commit, which I feel like for other people it's the total opposite.
Mm-hmm.
I like being able to feel the quality and try things on and know that I'm getting what I'm getting.
Yeah.
So I like in-store shopping.
I would have to say online shopping just because I like being able to actually try things on and seeing them in person. But online shopping, I feel like there's more variety. Mm-hmm. I feel like I get better chances with coupons online.
True.
And in person, if I see something and I'm like, oh, I can get this on sale. In person, I do not have the guts to go up to somebody and be like, oh, well, you said this was on sale, but it's this. I'll be like, yes, I'll pay full price. So.
Yes, exactly. But it also depends on the store. Because obviously there's certain places that you can only shop online. And then there's, I don't know, it depends.
It does depend on the store, yeah.
Because this is a random example, but Zara has the worst website. Mm-hmm. I cannot stand their website, and there's not a Zara in sight near me.
I know. I've never ordered online from Zara.
I haven't either. Actually, no, that's a lie. I did one thing because I found I got a link from an influencer. It was I could find it directly.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So little rant. Zara website's not that good.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 3. This is controversial.
I think it is.
You ready?
Yeah.
Do you pronounce it caramel or caramel?
I say caramel.
I knew you did.
And I knew you said caramel.
I say caramel.
Do you notice on the prompter, when you read it, it says caramel or caramel? But caramel is spelled correctly.
It's a good point. But I still think it sounds weird to say caramel.
Caramel.
Why are you adding an extra syllable?
Because it's there.
But it just sounds weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why I say caramel. I don't know why people in the South say that, because you're probably right. So
I think so.
Whatever. I don't know. What's
All
the
right.
next one?
Next one, text or phone call?
I could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Is it bad to say it depends on who it's from?
No, because I totally agree.
Because there's certain people I would much rather text, because when you get on the phone, you can't get off the phone.
1,000,000%.
And then
I'm thinking of so many people right now, and every time they call me, I'm like, I'll call you back, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Because it'll just be an hour.
Yes. And then for phone calls, I would prefer to call my mom rather than text her. Mm-hmm. And there's certain friends that I get more enjoyment out of being on a phone call. Mm-hmm. I am not a FaceTime gal. That is, if I am FaceTiming someone, it is either needed in the situation or it's a rare occurrence. If someone's trying to FaceTime me, I like get mad. I'd rather you give me a phone call.
Interesting.
Yes.
I was going to say I would prefer FaceTime over a phone call.
I think most people would.
In most circumstances. Like if it's somebody that I don't know, do not FaceTime me.
Yes.
Like call me, please.
Yeah.
But if it's like my friends or family, I would so much rather FaceTime.
I know, but you can't get off FaceTime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like if it's like a genuine conversation, at least you're like seeing each other's face and you know.
It depends on who it's with.
I know, it really
because
does.
then there's some people that you can't get off
I know.
any of the above
Yeah,
with.
yeah, you're totally,
So-
you're right. All right, what's our next one?
Guacamole or salsa?
I always struggle with this because I feel like certain like stores guacamole and certain stores salsa, I would go either way.
Right.
But I feel like salsa is more reliable.
Okay, why is that?
Because, okay, let me rephrase this. I will only choose salsa if it's like a fresh, like pico de gallo type salsa.
Okay.
Like Tostito salsa, trash. Get rid of
Okay.
it. But like where it's like actual tomato pieces, onion pieces, cilantro,
Okay.
that's the kind of salsa that I like.
Okay.
And then Chipotle's guacamole is the best.
Oh,
So-
it actually is.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, obviously, if you go to like an authentic Mexican restaurant,
Yeah.
that's good too.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna get just random guacamole,
I
Chipotle is
think a
it.
lot of people don't know how to make guacamole, which
I
makes
know.
me pick salsa over guacamole.
That is true. I am very much guacamole over salsa. I'm not a huge salsa person.
Mm-hmm.
Never have been. But I'm gonna pick the alternative, queso.
Oh, going outside the box.
I know that is my preference. But if out of the two, I will suggest, or I would pick guacamole.
Nice. Okay. This one's a little trickier. Would you rather owe money or owe a favor?
I think I'd rather. It depends on the amount of money and what the favor
Yeah.
is. But I think I'd almost rather owe a. I don't know. It's like hard.
It
I almost
is.
want to say owe a favor, but at the same time, like, if that's a super time-consuming favor, I don't know. Maybe I would
Yeah.
say favor.
I would say favor if I knew what the favor was.
Right.
And if I didn't, I would probably say owe money. Because when somebody's like, if somebody does something for you and they're like, oh, you owe me a favor after this, like they could have you do anything.
I know.
And like the last thing, like if I'm in my room or something, or if I'm like laying in bed and somebody's like, remember when you owed me a favor?
You're like-
Well, can you go pick this up for me? And I'm like, like even if it's a
I
little
know.
thing, like I do not want to do it. I'd rather just be like, here, I'll Venmo you. Like,
I know. Because honestly, maybe in the grand scheme of things, it's not like you're going to owe someone like an insane amount of
Yeah.
money.
yeah.
I could go either one on
Yeah.
that.
It-
I don't
it
really
does
know my
depend.
answer.
Yeah.
So the next one, I already know your answer. And I think you know mine.
Yeah.
Reality show or documentary?
Reality show.
Documentary.
Easy. I'm going to jump off of the reality show aspect. So I watched Big Brother, and one of the questions that they ask everybody before they go on the show, you win $750,000 if you win the show.
Ooh.
They say, would you rather win and be hated by America or lose and be loved?
I'd rather lose and be loved. I don't know. If you're like, I mean, I don't really care what people think, but it's like, by the entire country, that
I
would
know.
suck.
It
Because then
would.
your reputation's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I would
I
hate
think
that.
I think it depends on what you go on the show for, because a lot of people like, well, yes, you go on the show for money, but also you go on to like kind of build a name for yourself.
True.
So then you would rather lose and be loved so that you can continue on with like a
Right.
career. But if you're literally going on just for the money, like who cares what that person in Indiana
true.
thinks? You have $750,000.
That's true. And it's also like, I mean, you wouldn't want the reputation of being hated, but it's like, in some circumstances, you're going to get more publicity if you're trying to get
Yeah.
have that goal.
As long as you're not hated for wrong reasons.
I know.
Like if you're hated for being like a villain and like getting somebody's favorite person out, then I feel like it's fine. But if you're hated for being like controversial and like saying things that you shouldn't be saying,
Yeah.
then I think there's a problem.
Yes, I think I'd rather lose though.
I think I'd rather lose and be loved too.
Save my dignity a
Yeah,
little bit.
Exactly.
So next one, eat in or eat out?
I like to eat out.
Okay, I would say the same.
I think it's fun to like I think it's fun to like get dressed up with your friends and like go to dinner. If it's just like, oh, hey, do you want to go grab dinner? And you're like, oh, let's go to Panera or something. and you like eat at the restaurant versus bringing it back, like I probably would say bring it back.
Right. Depends on where.
Yeah, but if it's like you're getting dressed up to eat out, then I would pick that.
Yes. I would pick eat out because I'm not the best cook. So I'd rather someone that's qualified do it for me than make my own.
Yeah, I like cooking, but I still love to eat out. Okay, last one. Roommates or live alone?
So I've had a direct roommate all 4 years of college, like shared a room, and it's been fine every time. So I can live with people. I think if it's for a long, like if I'm choosing this post grad, I would choose to live alone.
Okay.
But if I don't know though, because it's not like I'm going to be sharing a bedroom with someone like post grad.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'd maybe pick one roommate. I've lived with like a ton of people the last few years of college. I've lived in a whole house.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm happy I've done that and had that experience, but I don't need to do that again.
Right.
I'm fine with like one roommate.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I think that's my answer.
Yeah. I say live alone. Like unless it's my partner,
Right.
then I would live alone, because I think when you go back to like your room or your apartment or whatever, like that's your alone time. Like in college, I'll do whatever I need to do like with my friends and like go wherever I go. But then when I come back like in my room and I just want to relax, like if I had a roommate there, I'd be like I just want some alone time.
See, I know. But at the same time, like having your own room, that's different because I haven't even had that in college. So it's like having my own room would be nice. But if I were to share a common area, that's like okay.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're sharing with somebody that you like.
Oh, I know. It also depends on the roommate.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want a bad roommate.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in hearing any more about this or that or any of our other opinions, you can listen to our podcast For the Record on Spotify. And you can follow us on Instagram at the FTR Podcast.
Yeah, we're going to be extending this game into our podcast with a little bit more in-depth questions. So be sure to give it a listen.
Yes, so that is all for this week on All Access Morning. Be sure to tune in to our regular weekly broadcast this Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. For All Access Morning, I'm Anna Harris.
And I'm Riley Mannion. Don't forget that we will not be having a show next week during spring break. Have a great week and a great break, High Point.